What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so stoked for today's video because it is going to be a part 2 of a video I uploaded that you guys really enjoyed last month, which was my open and honest sex Q&A video. Now, I received such kind response, kind comments on that video, and I just want to thank you guys for that. Now, as you guys may have seen in the description box of that video got completely demonetized. Even though it was one of my most positively received videos of the last few months, that video got completely demonetized just because, you know, I had sex in the title and because I was being educational on an important topic. But I am doing a part 2 today. I'm so excited that I was able to get a sponsor for this video, so this video actually can be monetized and I can bring these videos to you guys and talk about sex in an open and honest way and have a brand that supports that. I just feel so good about that, and that there are brands out there that want us to educate on these topics. And even though YouTube doesn't want us to talk about sex and YouTube wants us to act like sex isn't a thing, it's still a thing. Grab a drink, you guys, or a snack. I'm having a little bit of cold brew because I have a feeling that, just like my last one, that this is probably gonna be a long video. So my last video was kind of like an introduction, like answering the most common questions I got in regards to sex and what you guys asked me on Instagram. Now today I wanted to kind of focus this video on how to make sex better. I have a lot of questions for you guys. You guys were not shy. With that being said, let's open up Instagram and you guys' questions. How do I feel more comfortable naked in front of someone I am having sex with? All right, I got some form of this question several times from you guys, so I definitely wanted to talk about it either in this form or like, how do I relax and be calm and confident during sex? Now, my number one tip to being confident during sex, especially if it's a newer partner and you're not used to each other's bodies, or maybe it's the first time you're having sex with this person, my number one thing to keep in mind, seriously, guys can attest to this, everyone can attest to this, you're not gonna have sex with someone in the first place that you're not physically attracted to. You're just probably not, okay? Any partner is already attracted to you and they already think that you're sexy and they already think that you're hot if they're having sex with you. Trust me, they would pick someone else if they didn't think that you were hot. So I know as a woman it can be so hard because we're thinking about all these things and we're letting our mind race and we're not comfortable and confident during sex a lot of time, but keep in the back of your mind this number one tip that I just said, which is they wouldn't be having sex with you in the first place if they didn't think that you were hot. They didn't think that you were attractive. Please keep that in mind, okay? So just let that make your confidence go up, you know what I mean? And also other quick fixes that you can do if you're a little bit worried about, you know, like a certain area or just like your body confidence in general. I mean, I totally get that. Sometimes I get a little in my head about things, especially if it's the first time you're seeing someone naked, you know what I mean? So turning off the lights or dimming the lights so it's not as freaking just like bright and the light is shining on everything. Another thing I like to do is to go under the covers, go under the comforter, go under the sheets, either or. And that is kind of like also helpful because everything's just not out in the open if you don't want it to be. You can always leave a top on, you can always leave your bra on if that's like a thing that you want to do. You can always wear a little like lingerie outfit where, you know, you're in like a little dress and things are still like covered up a little bit. So I feel like there are ways around this, but that number one tip to keep in mind, like I already said, is just let it go. Just like take a deep breath and let it go and try to let yourself be in the moment because this person is into you and they're probably a little bit worried about their body too and about performing. Everybody has vulnerabilities and worries when it comes to sex. So next question. I'm single and have only ever had hookups. How can you make sex better with someone you barely know? Thinking back to when I was single and when I did just have different partners, a lot of them maybe being like 1 or 2 times and not being consistent partners because, you know, we weren't in a relationship. I would say how to make sex better in that situation is honestly kind of trying to take it for what it is, which is a new experience for both people, no matter how much you feel like the guy or the person, the other person involved is like so confident going into the situation. Like they're probably also just in the same mindset as you. Like, this is a new person that I don't know how, like, I don't know what they like. Figuring that out is gonna be up to both of you guys, but I would say just kind of try to take it lighthearted, just try to enjoy it for what it is, because a new partner and a new experience can be so exciting because you both like don't know each other's bodies. One tip that I definitely have that leads me into my sponsor for this video is to use lube with any partner, but also with a new partner. I feel like lube obviously makes sex better, and I'm so happy to say that my sponsor for today's video is MENSTRUAL, and I actually mentioned their sex gel, which is their lube, in my last video, and today I wanted to show it to you guys. It's basically just this really clean packaging, white slick tube, and this product is called the sex gel, which I feel like it's just such a like fun name. It looks great on your nightstand. It doesn't need like a hot pink or like a crazy freaking bottle or anything. Now, why I love MENSTRUAL is because they are a high quality brand that is also clean and sustainable. You guys know I fucking love that. Now, I never thought I would find like a sustainable lube, a sustainable body care company. I also use the MENSTRUAL body lotion and body wash. They do use 100% recyclable packaging, which is incredible, and also post-consumer waste boxes with all of their products that they come in. So the sex gel has a pH range of 4.0 to 5.0, which actually matches up with your vagine, which is iconic, and that is only one of the many reasons why I think this lube is amazing. And it's also water-based. It's not sticky at all, and it is just goes a long freaking way, as you can see. No smell. She doesn't have any smell. She's just natural, minimal ingredients. Now, water-based lubes, in my opinion, are more comfortable because they're more similar to your body's natural lubrication anyway. And also this lube is non-staining, so it won't stain your sheets, which I know some silicone-based lubes have done to me in the past, honey. Also, she is safe to use with sex toys and condoms, which I feel like is very important for a lube, obviously. So you can use it with natural rubber latex condoms, and also these two types up here, which I can't pronounce, but I'm gonna put them on the screen so you guys know. I don't think you guys really need to be sold on why lube makes sex better, because I talked about that a lot in my last video, but honestly, lube just makes everything better. It's more wet, it's just more easy, it's just less friction. Imagine going down a water slide at a water park with no water. You just go down the slide in your bathing suit. It's like, it hurts. You're gonna get like a slide burn, but with Miss Water, with Miss Lube, you're just gonna shoot right in. So I will of course have the link to this product down below, but I just wanted to let you guys know that regardless of this video being sponsored or not, I have used this lube for months and I love it. I haven't had any issues with it. It has just only improved my sex life and made sex better, which is kind of the whole topic of this video. Just going back to the question here of how to make sex better with someone that you barely know, I would say the last tip I would have, a big tip that I would incorporate, because I am pretty forward. I feel like if you don't put out what you want, if you don't show the other person what you want, whether it's by telling them or kind of guiding them to the area that you want them to focus on, I feel like you're not gonna get what you want out of sex. So you asked how to make it better with someone you barely know. I would honestly just say, kindly asking them, hey, this really turns me on. I would love if you did this, and obviously reciprocating hopefully with what they like as well, if you know it's something that you enjoy too. It's just all about clear communication, I think, even if it is someone you barely know. And this can be hard if it's just a hookup, like a drunk hookup or just a one-night stand type thing. I definitely get that it can be hard to tell a random person what you're into. All right, next question. How soon is too soon to introduce a vibrator in a new hookup situation? I understand that some partners and some guys can feel intimidated or what's the word, like demasculate? No, that's not the word. Something that it's like affecting their manhood if you're like using a toy or using a vibrator or whatever the hell. But no, boys honestly don't understand that we need like clitoral stimulation. So I feel like just use whatever you normally freaking use. And even if it's a new partner, you know, I would say just have like an open chat with them. I feel like it is really never too soon to express what you like to someone else, because they want to please you at the end of the day. Your partner wants to please you, and you want to make sure you're having a good time and they're having a good time. So it's like, just try it out. And if your partner has like a big problem with it, you guys can talk about that. Or if it makes your partner feel uncomfortable, talk about that. But I would say definitely at least like try it out, because if you do it a few times and that makes your sex better, then more power to you. And next question, this one just makes me triggered. You will understand why when I read it. I told my boyfriend I need foreplay and he responded, sounds like a lot of work. Well, sounds like a lazy man thing to say. And not to say just a man thing to say, you know, some women could say this as well. But typically it's us women that need foreplay, and guys can a lot of the times just like freaking be hard and go. Your boyfriend probably just doesn't understand like how your body needs the foreplay to get turned on and to get really relaxed in the moment, which we just take longer to like get turned on. I would say just like try to educate him in a kind way, like try to figure out some forms of foreplay that he actually already likes, whether it's just making out or like getting on top of each other and making out, or like rubbing against each other, or you know what I mean, going down on each other, all these types of things. Whatever it is, whatever the form of foreplay is, that hopefully it's something that he likes or doesn't mind doing, and then you can just be so much more turned on from when you are having sex with him that hopefully he'll realize that it's beneficial to both of you. You could clap back at him with a, well, like, if it sounds like a lot of work, I mean, if you want to have sex with me, I feel like you should just be able to put in the work for a little bit of foreplay and then you get to have sex with me. So I mean, I feel like it's just what is all fair. I guess to summarize, I would say try to do something that makes it feel like it's not a lot of work for him, since he's so worried about having so much work. And this person just said 3 words. They just said tips for masturbation. I mean, this is really personal because everybody likes different things, and I know some people don't masturbate, and that's obviously totally fine. I feel like it's just a personal thing, but I also do feel like it is very healthy and also insanely normal. So you don't have to be shy about it, but you also don't have to like go and tell everyone like, I masturbated this morning, hey. But you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it's such a normal thing, especially with women. It is a little, there's a little bit of a stigma there with like, oh, don't do it, or don't talk about it, or don't tell anyone that you do it. In regards to tips for masturbation, I would say just like it should be relaxing, it should be enjoyable. Once again, don't feel like you have to do it, but also please don't feel any shame for enjoying masturbating. I mean, seriously, most guys have done it since they're like 10, 11, 12 years old, and I feel like it's so normalized and talked about so much for guys. You don't have to feel like it's secretive, and you don't have to feel like it's shameful at all. But as for overall tips, I would say just like experiment with what you like. It's all about just getting to know what you like and getting to know your body, and I feel like that's the main goal, knowing or starting to know what you like and what feels good for your body, so that you can later tell somebody else that. I just feel like it's good. I just feel like it's healthy. I just feel like it's fun. Also, I'm gonna plug an Instagram account that I follow that always is talking about masturbating and just like nights in with your vibrator and all these funny things that I love, and the account is called Unbound Babes. So I will link the Instagram in the description box. It's just like relatable and silly and lighthearted, and I feel like we need more like female sex positive accounts like that. Okay, next question. I don't find sex as pleasurable as it is set out to be. Any advice? Okay, this is very common, okay? So I'm glad that somebody asked me this, because you know what I mean? I've heard this so many times from women, from people, you know, sex just isn't that great. It just doesn't feel that great, or I feel like my partner's so much more into it than I am. You don't have to have sex if it's not feeling that good. You never ever have to have sex if you're not feeling like it. I don't know the situation here. I don't know if you're with a partner and you're having sex often, or if you're not with a partner, but those times that you do have sex, you're just like not feeling it that much. But I would say, I mean, this sounds cheesy, but being with a partner who you love and is in love with you, that can be like really awesome, because it's almost like it's more than physical, it's more than sex. It's like a really deep experience and connection. But I mean, also you can have great sex like that with people that you're not in love with, and you can have great casual sex. So I would say, you know, try masturbating, try feeling your body and feeling what feels good for you. And maybe if, you know, penetration isn't feeling that great, you guys can do other things, like experiment with going down on each other and different, you know, foreplay and different, just so many other things you can do besides just penetration. And also, like I said, just experimenting maybe with a vibrator or different sex toys or different you just gotta figure out what you're into and what you like, and it might take a while. And you know, the first few times of sex, you might be like, what the fuck, this is so overrated. A lot of times it's probably gonna be because maybe it's not the right person, or the person just doesn't know your body yet, and there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot that goes into it, right? You can't always expect to have great sex like with just the first person, you know what I mean? Try to get to know your own body and what you like, and convey that to a partner. You know, they say that sex gets better for women as we get older, and I cannot confirm or deny. I mean, I'm only 24, but I would definitely say that my sex at age 24 is a hell of a lot better than it was at age 20, 21. Once you just start getting to know your own body, and you just have sex more and more times, and you figure it out, you figure out your body and what you're into, and you just start giving less fucks, honestly. So stay strong. You are going to have good sex. Don't worry. I thought this question was really important, and this person said, talk about the use of condoms. Never mentioned anything about safe sex in your last video. Which I realized after, or when I was editing, or when I uploaded that video, that I actually didn't. I guess I just didn't address those questions about birth control, because at that time that I made that video, I was just starting a new birth control, and I didn't want to speak on it yet. I had literally been taking it for maybe 3 weeks at that point when I filmed that video, but I still could have obviously talked about safe sex, using condoms, using protection. So I apologize for not mentioning that in my last video, and I definitely want to make sure that I cover this in this video, especially with what's going on in America right now, and a lot of states trying to make it illegal to have abortions. We really need to talk about this topic, and we really need to be serious about using a form of protection if we are having sex. Obviously, we should always be serious about that, but even more now, I think it is very, very important to get on a good birth control, or just something that works for you and your partner, but specifically for you as a woman. So if condoms are your preferred birth control method, please carry condoms on you. Do not always leave it for the guy. Don't always leave it for the guy. You can't trust that. Maybe he's had that condom in his wallet for years. Maybe the condom is messed up, or maybe he like says he has a condom, and then he opens his wallet when you guys are gonna have sex, and it's like, oh my god, I guess I don't have it. You know what I mean? There's just like a lot with trusting the guy to have the condom, which he should have a condom if he wants to have sex with you, obviously, but you should have a condom too. Keep condoms on you. Keep some in the pocket of your purse. Keep some in, you know, your little wallet, your card holder, or whatever it is. I personally have never been the biggest fan of condoms. I did, you know, use them for the first few years of having sex before I went on the pill, going to the gynecologist. And if you are, you know, having sex often, you should figure out something that works for you. So I was on the pill. I was just on the pill for few years, and I would kind of go on and off. I wouldn't take it if I was single and I wasn't having sex. Like, I would only take it if I was in a relationship, or if I was having sex often with someone, and other than that, I would just use a condom if it was like a quick thing. But obviously, you know, if condoms aren't your thing, then some form of birth control. Why I didn't really speak on birth control in my last video was, like I said, because I had just started a new form of birth control, which I started NuvaRing, and I've only been on it for, this is only my second ring, so it's only been like 6 weeks at this point. But so far, I think I am liking it. It's pretty easy to use. I don't have to think about it too much. But I would say just find something. You gotta experiment sometimes. So the pill wasn't really working for me. I mean, it was working to prevent pregnancy, but the pill just made me like psychotically emotional, I feel like. And just, I mean, the NuvaRing still has hormones, so I'm still getting those extra hormones. But I would say, like, for now, like I said, it's only been 6 weeks, but for now it is working pretty well for me, and I think I'm gonna stick with it. We'll see what happens. Condoms are always great if you don't want to, you know, take a form of birth control and have those hormones in your body, or an IUD. I mean, there's so many options. We could talk about birth control forever, but definitely just make sure you're on something if you're having sex, you know what I mean? If you're using condoms, that's great. Make sure you are safe with them, and make sure you always are using a condom. But if not, just make sure that you are using, you know, some form of birth control. How can I become less awkward asking for things I like in the bedroom? I think the biggest thing to realize is that if you don't ask for what you like, you're not gonna get it, and your partner's not gonna know what to do to make you happy, right? So it's kind of like that conversation that even if you feel awkward about having it, you don't have to make it this whole big thing, right? But like, I feel like just letting them know, like I said at the beginning of this video, maybe showing them, hey, I really like when you do that. Or maybe just having a conversation before or after sex. I would really love it. Like, it would turn me on so much if you tried this, or like I feel like it would just be so fun to try this. And really just hopefully you are, you know, talking to a partner that does make you feel comfortable, because maybe that's why you're feeling awkward about it in the first place. But never feel guilty or never feel wrong for asking for what you want in the bedroom, because I feel like your partner wants to please you, you want to please your partner. So like, let's just let each other know what feels good and what doesn't feel good, and just being open and honest is the best you can do. And I know I probably sound like a broken record at this point, making this point in both of these videos so many times. Getting past that barrier, I feel like it's not going to be awkward anymore. Just being able to like say what you want, or say what you think would be fun, or say, or even just like guiding them to trying something new, you know what I mean? Like, there's ways that you might not have to talk, but you can show them with your body language. So just try to be like, you know what, I'm not gonna get what I want unless I say what I like. So if you want it, you gotta ask for it sometimes, because people aren't mind readers, right? This is kind of a similar question, and they said, he's vanilla, I'm adventurous. How do I go about this? I kind of love this question. So she's saying her partner is vanilla in the bedroom and she wants to try a bunch of new things, and she's like, he's kind of like basic, boring. How do I approach this topic? I think the best you can do is show him new things, show him fun things, try different things, and maybe he'll be really into something. Maybe he won't be into something, but maybe he will be really into something. So maybe you don't have to go full on like your craziest fantasy, right, when you're first starting out with someone who's more vanilla, but you know, you can guide them into, slowly you can hopefully guide them into trying new things. You're probably gonna maybe want to take control more in these situations. Every person's different, right? And what everybody likes is different, but I feel like it can be done. You guys can figure this out. Even if you're here and he's here, you guys can meet somewhere right here and have a beautiful, beautiful sex life. So stay with it. You've got this. And who knows, maybe you guys will find, maybe he'll become really adventurous too with you, and you'll be like, oh my god, remember when you were you didn't want to try any of these things and now you love it, you know what I mean? So you kind of need to maybe take on that role of like teaching him a little bit, and hopefully it will be fun and beneficial for both of you. I definitely have to answer this question because I touched on this in my last video a lot. This question is tips for girls who haven't been able to reach orgasm yet. Now, I got a few of these questions. How me and my partner figured it out was he was just really, really, really determined. I was really determined. I kind of gave up like a million times because I just started to think that not that it was never gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen, but I just tried to stop focusing on it happening so much. Because it's just, if you're just waiting for this one thing, how are you gonna be able to like actually fully enjoy sex with your partner, right? So, but what we did was we just kept trying a bunch of different things, and I don't want to get like way too personal into it for me and my partner's sex life, but basically he just like figured out when I am the most turned on, and also just like time and patience. And I mentioned this topic a lot in my last video, but I would say just, I know it's really hard because you're thinking about it so much every time you have sex and you're like, I just want this to freaking happen for me. But just knowing like how normal it is for it to take so much time, and how normal it is for women to like not be able to orgasm just from sex. Experiment with clitoral stimulation, maybe experiment with like a bunch of foreplay, or even after sex, then like having post-play, foreplay, is that the word? Post-play? I don't know. Like after sex, or after like your partner finishes, you might be like still really turned on if you haven't finished, so maybe that's the time to go for it. You don't be like, I need to finish during this sex session, because you know what? Most women can't, and most women don't finish just from penetration. So keep that in mind, but you are going to figure it out. Just stay, I don't know, I know it's so hard because I was there for years, and I was triggered, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with my body? Like, I knew there wasn't something wrong with me. I knew that it was normal, but I was also like, why the fuck can so many other women do it and I can't? So definitely get where you're coming from. Oh, also, if I didn't mention this, like, I don't know if you're masturbating, but that is definitely, I feel like, gonna be the easiest and quickest route to finishing if you have never before. I'm not sure if you have with a partner or masturbating or whatever the story is. Turn yourself on before anyone else can turn you on, okay? All right, guys, last question I'll answer in this video, just because it's getting so freaking long, is how do you truly know you've orgasmed? I've had times with my vibrator that I think I did, but question mark. I feel like this is honestly relatable. I feel like I had a few times that I was like, did I do it? It wasn't like as this big freaking fireworks showing thing that I thought it was supposed to be. Like, what the fuck? I feel like orgasms are kind of confusing because they can be like subtle, but they can also be like super, super intense. So there's literally like this just, what's the word? Like this, not a scale. Is it a scale? Just this. There's so many. A lot of the times that you'll be masturbating, you'll be feeling like, wait, like maybe, like I feel like you either know if it happened or you think you know, but then sometimes you're like, wait, I don't actually know. And I definitely get what you're saying. Some people might be like, no, I totally know when I'm orgasmed, but I also definitely can feel this, okay? So I would say the clear thing to me that makes it known that you had an orgasm, even if it's a smaller one, it's kind of like you're just leading up to something, and then it's like pleasure and release, and then it's kind of like goes down. So obviously that's why they call it like the climax, you know what I mean? But even if it's tiny, even if it's like I feel like you feel it, and you probably know, even if it's like a small one with your vibrator. And sometimes you should also accept that sometimes you're going to be better than others, sometimes you're going to be more intense than others, and just try to enjoy it. Like, even if you're masturbating and you're not orgasming, just try to like enjoy the pleasure and the relaxation and the feelings of just, you know, being able to turn yourself on, okay? I'm going to cut myself off from talking because I have really been going at it for quite some time. If you made it till the end of this video, give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below letting me know your favorite part of this video. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. I would love to hear your feedback on this video. Make sure to go to the description box and check out the Sex Gel by Necessaire. I seriously do love her work, and I really do love this clean, sustainable brand. And I'm so excited to have a sponsor like this on my channel, especially on the topic of sex. So maybe we'll have a part 3 of this video in the next couple months. We'll see. Just know that you are not alone. We can come to this channel and have a safe, open space in the comments to talk about whatever it is, even if YouTube doesn't want us to get monetized. And with that being said, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Peace.
When the sounds come together so close to my face, it's no wonder we wonder what's taking place. Oh, I feel like an animal in the night. Play it